Perfect. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome. If you're just joining us or you're new, welcome. If you're coming back for the maybe third, fourth, or second time, welcome back. My name is Aaron Oliver. I will be your master of ceremonies for the evening, and welcome to our virtual Black History Month sponsored by Mariano's. I am also joined by Sarah and Amanda Puck of Mariano's. They're down there. They will be helping me out tonight and moderating through the chat if you have any questions or answers that needs to be answered. Just a quick background about me if you don't know who I am. I am the founder and owner of Season and Blessed. I work in Chicago, work and live in Chicago, and I am dedicated to providing services for Black and Brown businesses here in the Chicagoland area through my work. Been doing this for about 5 years, so I've been having the pleasure of partnering with Mariano throughout this entire event series, and definitely looking forward to working more with them in the future. Tonight's guest, we have Chef James Sanders of Fuse Catering and Dirty Bird Southern Kitchen. He's joining us tonight, and he will be making crab and lobster stuffed shells. I cannot wait to see this. This is awesome. If you have our cookbook for Mariano's, like I do, you can find it on page 62. That is the recipe if you want to follow along. If you have the book, if you don't, feel free to stop by your local Mariano's and purchase it. I don't know if they have them online to sell or send out. I'm not sure, but we will find that out later this evening. As always, the chat button is down to the bottom. If you have any questions that you want me to ask our chef tonight, please feel free to put it in the chat. And just so you're aware, this is being recorded. So if you do not want to be recorded, make sure you turn your camera off. This is a positive space. We are watching. Don't make no crazy comments. No, we're all good here. No question won't be without answers. So just make sure you just ask the right questions and we will get to them as much as we can. All right. So without further ado, I will turn it over to Chef James.
Hi, how are you guys? Thanks for having me, man. Thank you, Amanda. Hey, how are you?
How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good, good. Can't complain. Finally warming up outside, quote unquote.
You know what? The funny thing about it, tomorrow's supposed to be 40 degrees in Chicago, and we think that's going to be a hot day. So.
Right.
So. Ready to get started?
Yeah, let's go. What you cooking up for tonight?
So what we're gonna do is what I'm making today is crab and lobster stuffed shells. My family loves this. Is one of my favorite dishes that I kind of came up with. I believe in having fun with food. There's no stress. We're gonna take our time. Just really make some really simple. It's a simple dish with a lot of flavor, and that's kind of what I want to give you guys today. Okay. So what we're gonna do is start off with a little butter and skillet. We're gonna start with our sauce first, okay? While our sauce is boiling, I'm gonna get my shells going. All right. Got some hot water going over here. Always salt your water, always. I usually like using sea salt when I'm making seafood, so I'm using sea salt for my my hot water right here. While the butter's melting down, shell in. Gonna add the flour in gradually. And stir it in. You want the flour and the butter to incorporate with each other. Almost in a sense of kind of making a roux, but not so thick, or not getting that brown color as a roux if you're making gumbo.
So Chef, you're just using like a flat spatula or a spoon?
Yeah, I am. Which you can use a whisk as well.
Okay. I feel like whenever I do that, I mess it up. Like I mess up roux and I mess up this. I have to practice. Maybe I just have to practice.
Do you have it up too high? Like the temperature
Maybe.
too high?
And I'm not patient. I like to rush.
Then we're gonna add our milk, okay? Add it in gradually, incorporate it with the flour and the butter.
does it matter what kind of milk you use, like whole milk, 2%, low fat?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But I prefer when I'm cooking using whole milk. I do want the fat content. As I incorporate everything together, I'm gonna cut the heat up a little bit. I usually like using a spatula because I can kind of mash everything out and get the lumps out and make it a lot smoother as well.
Gotcha. What was the foundation, like the not foundation, the starting temperature? Because I know like milk has like a certain temperature before it gets that boily congealed state, and it's like you want to avoid that with making a sauce.
Biggest thing is I think a lot of people make a mistake, and I used to make this mistake a lot myself, is cooking at a high temperature. The whole thing is you want to really take your time when you cook. You don't want to have it when it's the butter's browning, because it's going to change the whole profile of the flavor of the dish, as well as you don't want it to burn as well. Burn the butter, burn the milk, because that's when you're going to have a totally different taste. So around medium heat is fine.
Okay.
Starting to smooth out a little bit.
And then, chef, I'm so intrigued because I want to get this right next time I do it. Is that a non-stick pan, or is that what kind?
This is a non-stick pan. This is a non-stick. So you don't really have to worry about the sticking of the flour and the butter. So I kind of use non-stick. And I just like to kind of take my time and smooth out the flour and everything and bring it and incorporate it all together. Okay. Add a little sea salt flavor. But there's so many different ingredients I'm adding to this. What I'm gonna do now, I'll cut the temperature way down, really down low. I'm gonna incorporate cream cheese to it. That's where you're gonna get the creaminess from it. The pasta shells are gonna go around al dente around 6 or 7 minutes on those, let those cook. You really don't want to overcook your shells because it's going to make a kind of a gooey. There's nothing good about having overcooked pasta.
This is true. Oh, what kind of sea salt did you use?
Just a regular sea salt. Just a regular sea salt. Got some fresh basil here. We're going to add a little fresh basil. Chopped up chives, fresh parsley. We're gonna add all that, as well as a little lemon zest. And then also, if you want to thin out the sauce a little bit, what you can do as well is add a little more milk. Fresh black pepper. So your sauce is done at this point. So what I do is put this to the side, kind of let this rest. So what I also like to do is, a lot of times whenever I make this dish, I'll make my lobster in advance. You can even do it a day early, just kind of get everything together. It's also mixing your ingredients together. So what I also have is I have some sauteed spinach in here, some crab and lobster already that I made earlier today. And all we're gonna do is mix everything together in one bowl. This is gonna be the stuffing for our crab and lobster stuffed shells.
Oh, wow.
Also, we're gonna put a little Parmesan cheese in here. Okay. Black pepper. And there's more salt.
Different kinds of salt.
Sorry about that, guys.
Good.
So it should look like this. So this is the mixture for your crab and lobster stuffed shells.
Okay.
We're almost at the point where the shells are done. They're looking good. Probably another couple of minutes on the shells. They'll be complete ready, like maybe 2 more minutes, they'll be ready. I'm gonna drain the water off, stuff them, put all the ingredients inside of them. We're gonna go from there and keep building.
Oh, Lord. There we go.
Jeff, how many shells would you say like you would make per person? I usually do like 10 per person.
I'm sorry, could you say that part again?
How many shells? No, I mean, how many shells would you say per person?
Probably like 4 or 5 per person.
Okay.
But this recipe is for 24 shells.
Okay. So that's like 2 people. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Can you use any different cheeses with this recipe, or just like specifically just like one type of cheese?
You can use any kind of cheese. If you're not a Parmesan, you can use a Romano, or you can use like an Asiago cheese or something like that. I would not go crazy. Another thing I wanted to mention, whenever you mix your cheese in here, I wouldn't really go crazy with the salt because the cheese has a lot of salt. You don't want to make the dish too salty. So just a little pinch to give it a little flavor as well, to give it a little more body inside of the shells.
Okay.
Okay. So what I did earlier is I made some shells in advance. Some of those would be too hot at this point. So I'm gonna show you guys how I pretty much stuff the shells. Super simple dish. I like having fun with food. I don't like it being too stressful or you guys have any questions while I'm kind of stuffing some shells right here?
Yeah, one popped up. Can you use frozen chopped spinach or thawed or both or either one?
You can use either one. I prefer fresh. I prefer the fresh spinach over the frozen. But if you can't get access to fresh spinach, you can always use frozen, which is fine.
Okay.
Chef, can you show us like how much filling you put in the shell?
I am. Okay. So what I'm using, I'm putting around like a tablespoon or a teaspoon inside of each shell. Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. I'll do a couple more real quick.
So with these stuffed shells, would you sorry, go ahead.
Is there, so you don't put the sauce in with the seafood? The seafood's like totally separate.
And the seafood is totally separate.
Got it. Okay.
Did you do it like that?
I didn't do it yet. I still have to make it. It's like my favorite. We're all obsessed with this recipe beyond belief, but I still need to make. I'm afraid to make the sauce because I always mess up a creamy sauce. But since I think I need to go slow and be calm.
Mhm.
That's it. That's it.
All right.
So another little one right here already made. Also, before you put it in the oven, you want to put it in the oven around 400 degrees in a lightly greased sheet pan or whatever. Add a little cheese on top. Pop it in the oven. In the oven for like 20 minutes, and everything should come together. So what I'm gonna do after, I'm gonna reheat the sauce. I'm gonna put a little sauce on top of it, then pop it back in the oven for another 5 minutes. Then I'm gonna pull everything out and bring it together. I have a lot of greedy friends who are dying to come over. They found out I was gonna be doing this cooking segment. So I'm gonna keep stuffing shells while the other ones are in the oven. And then if say for example, you don't like lobster, you can always substitute the meat. You can also even do, if you're a fish person, if you want to do like some tilapia or something, you can also stuff it with that as well.
Mhm. What would be a good salad pairing with this recipe?
That's a good question. What I would probably do is something lighter, like even though the sauce is a heavier sauce, but what I would do is like I think of summer, like a mixed green salad, maybe with some cornbread croutons with like a lemon basil vinaigrette or something like that.
Mhm. Okay.
Definitely with a glass of white wine, like a Chardonnay or something like that with this.
Gotcha. Now, when you put the shells in the oven, did you put sauce on them first, or you do that after?
I put it in after.
Okay.
Another thing too, you never really want to overcook the lobster meat. I cook the lobster meat around medium because there's no tough lobster is just not really that good. So what I did was made the lobster tails around medium, diced them up, added them in, so it's gonna cook while it's in the oven. Finish cooking while it's in the oven. Then I'm gonna add the sauce on top. Then I'm gonna pop it back in the oven again.
Mhm. Now, I do know while we were talking, a lot of other questions popped up. There were you like low carb, like option, like some people like that don't eat like the shells or whatever, can they do like a low carb option or vegetarian option, like zucchini noodles or anything like that, and it will be just fine? Or
Yeah, you can go with a low carb option. If you can find some low carb shells or zucchini noodles, you can always do it the same way. As well as even having a sauce, you can kind of, if you have like a pasta, you can just add the crab filling to a pasta and mix everything together and kind of make it a pasta dish.
okay. In terms of the sauce, if the sauce, like how thick does the sauce need to be?
Remember, this is fine right here. You can make it a little loose. And say for example, you want the sauce to be a little looser, you can make it add a little water to it to kind of thin it out a little bit, which is pretty much a chef's secret right there. Just add it in, but remember we're gonna add the sauce on top of the pasta, on top of the shells, then pop it in the oven. So it's gonna break down even more with that.
Mhm.
I think the rest, chef, I think we do have a discrepancy. I think the recipe says we should mix the sauce with the crab and the lobster, but you could do it either way, or does it matter?
James is muted.
Chef, I think you're on mute.
I was like, leave him mute. Hold up. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
We hear
now
you,
we
yes.
can.
There you go. Sorry about that. So I'm gonna add a little to it.
Looks like a few people are cooking.
Yeah, I'm watching one lady, Miss Irma. I think they're in there cooking. Y'all cooking? Yes. Okay. Looks good. Looks good. Can't wait to see the finished result. And if y'all are cooking with us tonight, be sure to let us know in the chat so we can see the finished product.
Listen is, Lisen is, we know Mackenzie is, looks like Irma is.
Oh, Sarah's cooking too. Okay.
I was like, oh, our Sarah? No, not our Sarah.
Oh no, I don't think so, Sarah. I wish I could be cooking. If I had a twin, I'd probably be in the kitchen cooking to see them.
So I just pulled out the shells that I had in the oven going already. And what I'm gonna do is kind of top it. You guys see?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Oh, so just to reiterate, I know one of the viewers had a question. So it's you can either or when it comes to adding the seafood to the sauce before the stuffing or not.
You can do it either way. Honestly, I completely forgot, so I apologize. But usually when I make it, I usually add the stuffing in first and then add the sauce on top, then pop it back in the oven. So either way, if you're a saucy type of person, add more sauce to it. So I'm gonna pop this back in the oven for a quick second.
I feel like that sauce just looks so dreamy and creamy and like delicious.
Thank you. It's the flour.
Right.
It's the flour and actually the killer ingredient with this is the lemon zest. The lemon zest gives it a freshness to it, as well as the chives is also in the parsley.
Does it matter what kind of flour you use?
No, all-purpose flour is fine.
Okay.
All-purpose flour is fine.
So what else did we use that sauce for? I'm thinking, I know that we, the crab stuff, lobsters, but like, what else? Because now I got to thinking now, like, I could cook this with some other things.
Maybe some shrimp, grilled shrimp. Also maybe some chicken as well. You can kind of put it on chicken. This is kind of one of those like mother sauces that can kind of go across all the way. And you can kind of put it on anything. So even if you want to put on a chicken dish over with some pasta, it's definitely something you can use.
Gotcha.
So what I'm gonna do, get ready to pull it out of the oven, plate it up. I love fresh basil. I am a basil person. I even put basil in like scrambled eggs. I know it might sound disgusting, but I put basil in scrambled eggs and it tastes great. Maybe another couple minutes, I'm gonna pull them out of the oven, plate everything up, And that's pretty much, it's a simple dish. It doesn't have a lot of ingredients to it, but the ingredients that's involved with it are like really great ingredients: the basil, the parsley, the chive, the onion chives, everything, and it just brings everything together. It's a really good dish. So,
Aaron, tell Chef what Mackenzie's doing.
Mackenzie is, oh wow. Wait. So Mackenzie, I'm going to need a plate when this is over. I'm just let you know right now. She's making sausage and pancetta with one with the crab and lobster.
wow.
That
Wow.
sounds amazing. I need that recipe, Mackenzie. No, hook me up, please, after this. We have to get her in the book, Amanda.
Yes,
I know. Yes.
Get her in the book.
We have to do another cookbook this year, and it'll. Actually, Sarah and I were talking about doing a book, and we have to have Mackenzie participate in it.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That sounds really good.
And you too, Aaron.
I know I saw Jerry's recipe idea. I saw the rolling your crab mix in zucchini strips.
I didn't hear someone added crab and zucchini.
Jerry said she was thinking of rolling the crab mix in zucchini strips.
Nice.
I guess like
I like
low
that as
carb
well.
option.
That is
good.
definitely a nice low carb option. Pull these out real quick.
Chef James, if someone wants to make it ahead, can it be cooked and frozen, like for a potluck or something?
It could be, and I even suggest doing that. It makes it a lot easier, especially if you want to do a day or two in advance and making the crab mixture. The flavor is going to be a lot better as well. But you can definitely make it a day in advance and it'll be good, or even freeze it, it'll be fine. So what I want to do, add a little sauce at the bottom.
What kind of crab meat did you use?
This was a claw, but you can use a lump crab or claw. It's fine, or whatever part of crab that you prefer.
Gotcha.
Pepper, garnish it.
And I know a question was asked earlier about the flour. If you can't use all-purpose, like you use like almond flour or any type of other derivative of that?
That'll work. Almond flour will work. I prefer all-purpose. And that's pretty much it right here.
With that plating work, I see you, chef.
I love fresh basil,
God.
so I may have done an overkill with the basil, but that's pretty much
Oh,
it.
that looks good.
The simple dish. Huge pieces of lobster in it.
There we go.
It's good.
We're gonna have to take your word. Is it like creamy and like delicious with the pasta and like seafood?
Mm-hmm.
Like luscious. It's like decadently luscious, is what I would imagine it to be.
It is. I took a big, huge bite of the lobster tail, but it's really good. You taste the citrus taste in it, as well as the herbs, and that's also, even if you want to go skip the whole flour thing of it, you want to go to a light cream, you can do it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Chef, someone wants to know, the recipe says 3 cups of cooked spinach chopped. So is that 3 cups after cooking, or?
what I did was I cooked the spinach, sauteed the spinach, and added it into here. So it was 3 cups of spinach, correct?
Okay, before it was cooked.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. And the citrus, does it
No,
look
no,
like
I'm sorry, what you said?
no, I was like, go ahead, you go first. About the spinach.
So what I do is I sauteed the spinach, cooked it down, let it cool off a little while. Then I added it in a crab and lobster mixture together.
Gotcha.
Okay, the recipe says we have to edit this recipe, maybe. I'm joking. 3 cups of cooked spinach chopped is what it
Right,
says.
it's 3 cups.
Yeah. Okay,
Correct.
got it.
Yeah,
Yep.
3 cups.
Okay. And then the citrus portion of it, that just helps like with balancing the flavors and or bringing them out.
It does. The lemon zest brings out the flavors. I don't think it'll taste the same without the lemon zest.
Gotcha. Good. Let's see what else. So, how's everyone else doing? I'm trying to see if I can see some plates. People making stuff tonight, cooking in that kitchen.
I'm definitely interested in the pancetta one. The dish with the pancetta. What was her name again?
Mackenzie.
I would love to see how hers look.
So while everyone else is cooking, so what else has wait, we got a picture. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, we're working on our different plating techniques, so we're trying different things out.
Mackenzie, you have to take a bite. You have to tell us what the sausage and pancetta one tastes like. What does it taste like? Put your dad on the spot. Make him tell us.
We'll try one in 1 second.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Good.
And Mackenzie, just to refresh our memory, you live in Florida, correct? You're so smart to live there. It's terrible here. The weather is terrible.
It's been cold, and we're getting our pool redone. So as it's heating up, we can't go swimming.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah, I'm so jealous right now. Like I would love to go swimming right about now. Good, wonderful.
It's really good.
Oh,
And
that's awesome.
you know, cold for us is like 60. So it was like 63 today, and it was freezing.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh goodness. We can only pray for 60 up here in Chicago.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think the snow is gonna go anywhere until like July with all the snow hit.
Exactly.
I think it will melt just in time for the next year of snow. That's right. So outside of this recipe, Chef, what have you been up to? In Chicago with like your catering company, the Dirty Bird Southern Kitchen. Tell us what you've been up to.
So basically, like I said before, I own a catering company called Fuse Catering and Events and a restaurant called Dirty Bird Southern Kitchen. During this whole pandemic, I thought pretty much a lot of my business would be dead because of the pandemic, but actually it increased. What we were doing, we were working with a company called Haymarket, and we were providing 900 meals a day for them during the pandemic. So we were extremely busy every day. So as well as with the Dirty Birds, I kind of shut it down a little bit because of COVID. The area where my restaurant is located is in the Auburn Gresham neighborhood, where COVID was that Auburn Gresham neighborhood was one of the hardest hit areas in Chicago with COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to kind of close it down. We're about to open back up next week. A couple of days out of the week, maybe 4 days a week. Open up. So pretty much what Dirty Bird Southern Kitchen is, we make food fresh to order. Everything is made fresh. The chicken, the grilled chicken, the fried chicken. We have a lot of Southern sides like collard greens and mac and cheese and Hoppin' John. We have a sweet potato cornbread that one of my chefs came up with. Her name's Stephanie. Amazing chef. She came up with the sweet potato cornbread, and it's amazing.
You're making the Southerner very proud right now. Because when I remember when I first found you on Instagram, I heard your name and I was like, Dirty Bird. So I said, that has Atlanta written all over it. Because I know, the Falcons used to be called the Dirty Birds, and right now they're just, the Birds. And it's Southern, so it's like, Get out there. Definitely have to get
And
out there.
I'm originally from St. Louis area. They just call the Cardinals the Dirty Birds. And I'm a Cardinals fan. I hate to say that. I like the Cubs as well. Before any Chicago fans, the Chicago Cubs fans beat me up, but that's kind of where the name kind of had a spin off of the Dirty Birds. So, but we make everything fresh. We have a Nashville hot chicken sandwich. It's amazing.
My favorite.
That sounds so good. That's good.
Chef, we'll come visit you at the restaurant when it opens. Me, Aaron, and Sarah. Yeah, we'll come.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And tell us also about the other thing that we talked about, the healthy food meals.
So kind of a spinoff from my catering company, we have this thing called Fuse Catered Fit. What Fuse Catered Fit is, it's basically a meal prep company where you get your meals fresh daily or like every 3 to 4 times a week. The whole process is make the food, you get it the same day. I don't like making food when you get it on a Monday and you start eating your other meals on Friday. So we're making like gourmet 5-course meals delivered to your house, but it's healthy for you as well. It's not like you have to be a weightlifter or you just eat chicken, rice, and broccoli, but we're going to do a spin on it as well. So it looks like you're going to be able to enjoy the food and basically not feel guilty about eating it. That's it.
I'm in.
Started, March 1st.
I can't wait to learn more. And it looks like Irma is moving along there with her shells. Yeah. Oh, Irina wants to know if are the meals customized to diet needs, like if you're keto or high blood pressure, or I guess.
Of course. Okay. Keto, pescatarian, high blood pressure, low carb, vegetarian, vegan, all of it.
Cool. Vegan sounds interesting. I'd be excited to see what you're gonna have.
Oh yeah, that sounds really good. I need to get on the meal plan like ASAP. Yeah.
Aaron, first we'll go have the hot chicken sandwich, and then we'll go.
Right. We'll you know, that was just a passing thought. We won't say it's the actual thing just yet. Not to like it's a sandwich.
So you won't feel so bad. I give you the Nashville hot chicken sandwich, and I give you like a salad or something from Fuse Catered Fit when you're leaving out. So you won't feel bad. The Diet Coke, exactly. We do it that way. Or Smart Water or something. I don't know.
Oh goodness. So has anyone else finished? I mean, I'm looking for plates. I'm like,
well, Irina wants chef's information. Sarah, can we put it in the chat? How to get hold of chef or at the restaurant for the meals.
We're ready for the oven.
Oh yes.
Do we ever put Parmesan cheese on top of it? Oh, no, we didn't.
Oh yeah, and Instagram, Sarah. And yes, we can send out a link for Fuse Catering Fit.
I'm dying to make this recipe.
I know, me too.
ASAP. We need to go to Mariano's tomorrow.
In full disclosure, Chef James sent us this recipe like months ago, and we were like, oh my, like all of us were like so excited about, you know, it's hard to believe we'd all get excited about food, but we saw the recipe and we were like, oh my God, this looks amazing. This is like a fun, more, you know, upscale version of stuffed shells. But we had it in our magazine. I know we posted about it. We put it in the cookbook because we just really thought it was very special. And then we got to know Chef James. I will say on the record that the best gumbo I've ever had in my entire life. And I'm not like an expert or anything, but like it was so good. I ordered some from Chef James for the Super Bowl, and it was like shrimp and like okra and delicious. And there was all these great flavors in it. And then the best
lobster tails also.
The lobster tails. It was like each bowl had like, you know, the shrimp that were giant and delicious with the shells on, but they were so big, and lobster tails. It was unbelievable, and delicious rice that we ate for days after still. It was delicious.
Thank you.
Raving. You know, I've never really been like with stuffed shells. I've watched my parents make it like growing up and stuff. So I've never been like the best at it. And I remember I was like, I need one of those what do you call it? The pastry plugs, just like to squeeze them in there.
Oh,
I figure like to spoon them in. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
I think I can do this. I usually end up making a mess. So I'm like, we go with that.
It's better with the bag when you do the regular like ricotta style, but I think for chefs,
Exactly.
it's like the seafood, you
Right,
can't
right,
really
right,
do it
right.
in the bag.
exactly. And then also you can make these a day in advance and kind of take your time with it and put them in the fridge and pop them out and throw them in the oven the following day.
Okay. I'll be sure that when I make mine, I'll be sure to take plenty of pictures. So
But I think Chef said it right. You know, I feel like we all rush through stuff, you know, whether even though we're in a pandemic, but to like do something, I definitely for me, like cooking is a stress reliever. I probably should be exercising or something, but I love to like make stuff. And that was, you know, I'm definitely going to work on that sauce and take it slow, like you said, and really like enjoy it.
Yeah. That's the thing. Making just having fun with food. You know, not make it so stressful or anything. I tell a lot of my chefs that too. Just let's just have fun in the kitchen. We do a lot of events every week. This weekend, I think we got to feed maybe like 500 people with like different events, small events in the city.
Wow.
But we just try to have fun with it. Every event we have fun with.
Didn't you do like a special dinner for Valentine's Day also?
I did. I just did one. It was called Dinner in the War. And it was a nice crowd, amazing crowd. It was everyone we had to wear all black, amazing food. I think that was one of my best, like my team, they really did great on that. And they make me look good sometimes. They really make me look good. So I don't like to take credit. I like to give them credit, but they're amazing. And we do a lot of pop-up events in Chicago. Even though during COVID, we still make sure everyone's temperature checked and social distancing from each other as well. But have sanitizer, everything. But we still just kind of we miss the whole thing of just family and people enjoying each other. I think the biggest thing with me, I miss hugging people. That's been one of the biggest things I miss, just hugging people during this whole pandemic.
I definitely can understand that. I think my life revolves around, customer service and interacting with people. So not being able to physically, be in someone's restaurant, talking with them, sitting like within inches of them, just talking about their food and stuff, it's been a challenge. I mean, granted, virtually it works because we've been doing it for so long. But I really think that element of human touch and interaction is like something I've missed more than anything.
Yeah, and the whole purpose of the dinners or the pop-up dinner series we've been doing, a lot of people who are unemployed who come from the restaurant industry, I've been calling them to come work. They can make them a couple bucks or, a couple of days of work, just because it's really hard out here on people in the restaurant industry as well. So it's just, we're trying to do something, trying to figure out a way that everyone can kind of survive, lighten the load up as well as much as we can.
Absolutely. Definitely, I know, Miranda does a lot of work with different food banks, and I know recently they did like the food drive with I Am a Gentleman. They had the book where the proceeds go to the Employee Relief Fund. And
Nice.
I'm personally I have a special place for this. I'm a former restaurant worker before I just kind of unabruptly retired because of the pandemic. So that's definitely, this industry definitely means a whole big deal to me. And I just try to work towards keeping everyone, in the loop going and try to do what I can as a person, just in general, to make sure things happen.
Yeah, we did probably like when it first hit, we partnered with another organization, Nick Foles' organization, quarterback for the Bears, and a church called Progressive on the South Side. We partnered up and we gave away like probably I think 10,000 meals just to the people. We really didn't know how people were impacted off of this COVID, but just to see every time we would run out of food, it was big. So
right.
Chef, we'd love to partner with you on something. So when you do something like that again, will you let me and Sarah know?
Anytime. I would love to work with you guys. I would love to work anytime.
I like doing that.
Yeah, we definitely gotta do something. Now, any other questions? No. That's still working hard over there, Miss Irma. Well, otherwise, do you have anything else, Amanda? Anything else?
We're making our dressing now. Yay.
Oh, okay.
We're making salad.
Irina, we do a lot of events at Mariano's, and when we can like safely do that, Sarah runs all of them, and we're definitely going to have Chef James and Aaron come in and do some events. But we actually have right when the pandemic started, we have this like cool area in one of our stores that we were going to call Mariano's Tastemaker Kitchen, and we were going to charge a fee for the classes, but all the money would go to Common Threads, which is an organization that helps kids learn about nutrition and healthy habits and feeds. There's feeding programs for them. But then the pandemic hit, so we put a halt on it. But we think we can bring it back. I actually noticed the other day that Sur La Table had 6 people in a cooking class. So, I think we'll start slow, Irina, but we'll always post about it. So you'll be able to see if we have something in person. And there might be a wine tasting too. We like those. So tap takeovers, that kind of thing. So we're starting to bring it. We have live music in the stores now on Friday nights. Our bars are open. The performers are all safe. They obviously wear masks. We're not doing any performing necessarily with singing or horns, but it's all instrumental. So those, I know they're really excited to be back in stores, but we'll start bringing in events back for sure. With Chef James and Aaron, so.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Mackenzie, if she flies out to Chicago, then she can host a class.
Absolutely. Y'all gonna have to get her in the next cookbook.
How old is Mackenzie, if you don't mind me asking?
I think she's 13, right?
She's 13, yeah.
13.
Good. She's a future chef. I see it already. I started cooking when I was 8 years old.
Mackenzie, do you want to be a chef?
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
So she's done maybe 12 or 13 classes on Zoom already to just, kind of help people out. Typically desserts, maybe a little bit of dinner, chocolate lava cakes, things like that.
Send me that recipe. I'll probably mess it up, but send it to me.
My daughter's an amazing baker. I'm not really a baker. So I think Mackenzie will have a leg up on me on that.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not a good baker either. I'm more so the cooking, as we like to call it, cooking to your ancestors say, that's good, put the seasoning in there. Following a recipe, it's okay, I'll make it, I'll try my hardest to be all right, and kind of hit a little extra pepper or salt or anything like that.
Gotcha. Yeah, like I said before, it's just about having fun in the kitchen. I don't, sometimes I still make mistakes, but as long as the food tastes good when it's all put together, that's all that matters.
Absolutely.
I want to thank you guys for having me. Thank you for definitely
Oh my
having
gosh,
me.
Chef James, thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you. So
Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you all for joining us tonight. This was a great turnout as always, and we actually have one more event this Friday, to be exact. I think. Yeah, we'll be back with Lexington Betty and Good Foods.
they have amazing food.
Yeah, they do, both of them. I actually have a good portion of them are to be. I need to go back to Lexington Betty's ASAP.
Let me know when you go. I'll meet you there.
Okay, sounds like a plan. So thank you again all for coming. We will be back this Friday. So if you got reserve your event at Eventbrite, and we will see you soon.
Thank you guys.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.